I would just like to say before we get started, thank you for the 16 subscribers. We are most definitely moving up in the world. After Luffy gets his boat, he is now looking for crewmates, but he runs into a big foul whirlpool, and let's just say it did not go as planned. So then we cut to this pirate ship, and you just see these crewmates scared of this lady, and I'm just like, why are they scared of her? Then you see her build, and she's literally built like a bowling ball. I would be scared of her too. Then she proceeds to kick this random kid in the face.
Iron Club Alvida, captain of the lady pirates who uses her iron club to fear her crewmates into lying about her looks and feeding whatever delusions she also has.
But the kid takes it on the chin and he's listening to her every command. She starts stomping him out even more, telling him to clean her shoes. So you could tell he is very depressed about this as he rolls this barrel into the room. These goons then try to press him before, boom, you just see Luffy pop out the barrel. Now if you were to tell me how did he survive the whirlpool, I don't think any One Piece fan can tell you how he did that. So the goons are confused, but Luffy is just as confused as them. Before magically Thor's hammer just smashes everything, leading to the goons being down and Luffy rolling away in a barrel. So we figure out that it was Alvida that did that. And the goons are trying to tell her that there was a dude in a barrel, but she's not going for none of that. But then she's like, oh, it must have been a pirate hunter. He must be coming after me.
Kobe, pirate's cabin boy who was kidnapped by the lady pirates. He wants to be a marine one day.
So Kobe's like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I got sucked by a whirlpool. Kobe then shows Luffy how he is going to get away from Alvida and talks about how he became their cabin boy. Luffy then clowns him for letting himself get kidnapped, being scared, and saying that the boat would never work. So Kobe takes that on the chin and asks Luffy why he's out at sea. Luffy tells him it's so he could become king of the pirates. Kobe understandably freaks out and tells him that there's no way he could ever become king of the pirates. So after seeing Kobe freak out, Luffy punches him in the forehead because he wants to, saying that he either becomes pirate king or he dies. Kobe sees that he's not talking out his neck and that he truly wants to become pirate king. This inspires Kobe, making him ask Luffy, can he become a marine? And this man Luffy is confused, making Kobe ask even more questions before eventually saying he will become a marine and take down Alvida first. Alvida smashes Kobe's boat before asking him what did he just say. And this man Luffy just breaks the tension and goes, who is the big fat old lady? This shit had me dying. Kobe's now in fear, telling Luffy not to say that, before remembering Luffy doesn't care, before finally having resolve and saying this, I'ma let you read this panel. So she obviously didn't like that because she's delusional, and Luffy starts to laugh. So she starts to yell, about to attack, causing Kobe to become scared, but he's like, at least I stood for what I believed in. Luffy takes the hit for Kobe before telling her it doesn't even affect him because he's made out of rubber. Everyone's in shock as Luffy is charging up the meanest mink and one-tapping her before telling the goons get him a boat or he's gonna beat their asses too. So they get a boat and Kobe's wondering what are they gonna do now. So Luffy tells him he's about to go pay a visit to the pirate hunter that Alvida was talking about. So they land and Luffy is hungry, so they go to a restaurant. And Kobe is questioning if he should be going after a pirate hunter instead of a navigator for his crew. So after eating, Luffy starts discussing about Zoro, and everyone understandably freaks out. Kobe tells Luffy not to mention Zoro and then says the name Captain Morgan, causing them to get scared again. So Kobe's wondering why they are scared of the name Captain Morgan. So they get to the marine base and now Luffy's like, well, here you go Kobe, I'm gonna go look for Zoro. So he peeps over to see if he can see Zoro, and Kobe's like, come on, you're not just gonna find Zoro just right there. But little did Kobe know, that man is right there.
Roanoa Zoro, famous pirate hunter known for his three-sword style.
So Kobe starts shitting bricks seeing Zoro, even going as far to say that he can kill Luffy. Luffy just says no, he cannot kill him. So you see this little girl come up and shush them, before Zoro asks one of them to untie him, even requesting that he will return a favor by killing any big shot of their choosing. The little girl then walks up to Zoro, requesting him to eat. He denies the request and tells her to get out before she gets herself killed.
Hail Meppo, son of the Marine Captain.
He takes the food that she offers Zoro and eats it. and he didn't like it because she made it sweet instead of salty, stomping on it and causing her to tear up. He then asked her, does she know the consequences to trespassing, before ordering a Marine to throw him out. She does just so when Luffy catches her. Helmeppo then starts talking about how he's not going to make it past a month, but Zoro just wants him to keep his promise. After he left, Luffy meets up with him, telling him to join his crew. Zoro declines, saying he will never become a pirate. But before Luffy can go, he asks him, can he give him the ball that Helmeppo stepped on. Zoro eats it and shows his gratitude by saying thank you. So Luffy tells the little girl that he appreciated the meal. She then tells them how Zoro got in that predicament, which he saved her from Helmeppo Dog attacking her. She then says that Helmeppo is the real bad guy and not Zoro. Helmeppo then starts talking about how in 3 days he's going to kill Zoro and not keep his promise. Then calls Zoro gullible for believing in him, and Luffy did not like that. He then yells that he's going to go get his dad and say that Luffy will regret this. We cut to his dad trying to oral for him before coming back to them. Now the little girl has to leave because they hit Helmeppo. He then barges into his dad's room asking him to take care of him. He goes back to Zoro and that he will free him if he joins his crew. He still declines. Luffy didn't care and say he's still going to become part of his crew, before saying that if he wants his source, he has to become part of his crew. And running off, coming back, Helmeppo screaming into his dad about why he's not helping him. And his dad questions him, saying, why don't you think I ever hit you? Which he assumes is because he's his son. He tells him it's because it'd be a waste of time.
Axe Hand Morgan, Marine captain known for his axe hand and sadistic behavior.
Tells him he's old enough to fight his own battles, for telling one of the Marines to go kill the girl that they threw out. One of them declines and he dies for it, before saying if any of them declines, they will die as well. They continue pulling up a statue and one of them accidentally bumps into the house. Cut back to Luffy wondering how to get up there before easily finding a way. Axe Hand Morgans talk about that it took so long to build that, and if any of them destroy it, he will kill them. Luffy then appears out of nowhere, grabs it, and then destroys it. He apologizes, making him even more angry. Melpo then tells him that's the person who punched him before getting kidnapped by Luffy. The soldier points out something in the field and it's Kobe helping Zoro shoot Kobe before having an intense stare-off. Cut back to Luffy asking Melpo where his room is before getting stopped by the Marines. He uses Helmeppo as a human shield. Kobe, just barely alive, explains to Zoro how Helmeppo never was going to keep his promise. Marine starts to surround him. He finally finds his swords, but he wonders which one this is, not knowing that all 3 of them are. He then cuts to Captain Morgan saying that Zoro is a threat and to finish him immediately. As they get ready to shoot, you get a flashback from Zoro, and this is Kuena, Zoro's sword rival. Zoro says he's tired of losing and wants to actually fight, causing them to, and Zoro still loses very badly. She then starts crying because she knows that eventually Zoro will become physically stronger than her since he's a male and she's a female. He said he does not want to hear any excuses and that she will be his rival from now on. Until later on you got the bad news when she sadly passed away. He swears to her that he will become the greatest swordsman that they'll ever know. Coming back, Axe Hand Morgan tells him to fire him, and Luffy jumps in the way to save them. Bullets then bounces off since he's made out of rubber, causing everyone to become flabbergasted, even making Zoro question who is he. He responds saying he's gonna be the man to become king of the pirates. He tries giving them his sword, but before he can, the Marines rushes him. Zoro stops him, leaving Luffy amazed before saying if any of them move, he will kill him, saying that he will become the world's strongest swordsman. Luffy agrees, saying that he would need that since he's going to become king of the pirates. Luffy tells Zoro to duck before wiping them all. Zoro questions how he's able to do that, and he tells him it's because he's made out of rubber. They all become intimidated, knowing that he's a devil fruit user. Axe Hand Morgan then says whoever is scared, offer yourself. Causes Luffy to become angry, and they start throwing hands. Knocks him to the ground, and they're all flabbergasted that he's actually standing a chance against Axe Hand Morgan. Kobe gives him words of motivation before rushing back in, dodging his attack and kicking him right in his face. He begins wailing on him, Melpo commanding him to stop since he has Kobe at gunpoint. Kobe telling him not to worry and just keep doing what you're doing. He winds up his punch, but Axe Hand Morgan comes up from behind. He then punches Helmeppo, leaving him open, but Zoro comes in for the clutch before calling Luffy captain, solidifying that he's officially on the team. The Marines celebrate and Zoro collapses, so they finally get something to eat before saying that they're about to go to the Grand Line. Kobe freaks out, saying that it's too dangerous, and saying that they are the first ever friends he made. Zoro then questions him, saying why does he even care since he's not coming with them. before a Marine comes in and tells them that they have to leave. They begin to leave, and the Marine asks Kobe if he's with them. He responds no. The Marine then asks the pirates is this true, which Luffy talks all about Alvida, causing Kobe to punch him, which Luffy fights back and starts beating him up. The Marine yells for them to leave, making Kobe realize that he did that on purpose, then telling him he wants to become a Marine. Another Marine comes out saying it's pretty suspicious, but he says he doesn't care, he will become a Marine. The Marine accepts him, and Kobe goes to go find Luffy, telling him thank you for everything he has done. The Navy also shows gratitude before waving him off. The Marine then says he has great friends before they head off. And here's the two list of how strong I think everyone was at this point, and we will see you later on another episode of One Bag